In the previous video, I have given you homework to check whether ddx, d2 dx2, iddx, x and so on are Hermitian or not. If you check in the procedure that I have described in the previous video, you will find that this is not Hermitian, this is Hermitian, this is not Hermitian, this is Hermitian and so on. So the criteria that was described is an operator must follow this turnover rule. Then only it is said to be Hermitian. Now in this video I will concentrate on the Hermitian conjugate or Hermitian adjoint. Now what happens in case when an operator is found to be non-Hermitian? Then instead of getting this one, when we start from the left hand side, we end up with any other operator instead of A. So let us consider a non-Hermitian operator like ddx. Say, for example, there are also many other non-Hermitian operators. Now for ddx, we will get not equal to. Since if we get equal to this one, then it will be Hermitian. And if instead of A in this bra position, if we get any other operator which differs from A, then it will be considered as non-Hermitian. Now, that expression of the operator which is differing from A is considered as B. Say, let us consider that expression which is coming instead of A to be B. Then we can write this new operator in this form. So for a non-Hermitian operator, psi m, A cap psi n is not coming equal to this one. Another form of operator is coming out. We are writing it as B. If we look at this equation, we will notice that this equation also have a similar appearance. But A is not coming here. So it is defined that B is the Hermitian conjugate or adjoint of A, and the reverse is also true. Now let us check with an example to clear our concept. This will appear for an operator which is not Hermitian. Now ddx is not Hermitian as I have claimed just now. So let us check whether ddx is Hermitian or not first. If we find it non-Hermitian, then we can approach for this Hermitian conjugate. So we start with the left hand side. This is the corresponding operator. It is now we write the integral form, integration over all space This is the conjugate one. Now we have to integrate it by parts. So it will be psi m star d psi n dx minus infinity to plus infinity. And the second part will be derivative of the first term and this is the integration by parts as defined in mathematics. Now this d psi n dx, that is d dx of psi n dx, will be equivalent to d psi n. Now what will happen to this side? D dx is real, there is no imaginary part, so we can write here d dx star, it is equal to. So we can take the whole thing within the conjugate part. Now this is similar to this one, so here we will have d sin dx dx, it will be equal to d sin and this will lead to psi m star. Now integration and differentiation nullify each other. Don't tell that they cancel each other. It nullifies each other. The effects are nullifying. So it will give us psi n. Now these are well behaved functions, so in the extreme right or extreme left of the domain in which the particle is residing, the wave function will be 0 since it must be continuous. So this part becomes 0. Now in the second part, we will have minus infinity to plus infinity. We have a minus here and d psi m dx, this is star. Now here upon integration it will be psi n and it will be dx. Now writing in the bracket notation what it will yield, it will give us now minus 1 equal to minus 1 star, since this is also real. So let us take this to the bra part and we can write this as minus d dx psi m psi n. We have started with this one and we are getting minus d dx. If this d dx comes out here, it will be said to follow the turnover rule, but instead of d dx, minus d dx is appearing here. So in this case we cannot write it as, so it is not equal to d dx psi m psi n. Hence d dx is not Hermitian. Instead of d dx, what is coming? Minus d dx. So we can say that minus d dx is the Hermitian conjugate or adjoint of ddx. Now this question appeared in NET June 2011. Now when it is non-Hermitian, we are getting the Hermitian adjoint or Hermitian conjugate, and that is symbolized as a dagger. Psi m a cap psi n equals to a cap daggered psi m psi n. This is the definition of Hermitian conjugate or Hermitian adjoint. Now what is the criteria for an operator to be Hermitian? When we have a cap daggered equal to a, when we have a cap here, then it is following the turnover rule, that is a cap is coming here, then it is said to be Hermitian. And when a different operator is coming instead of a different operator is coming, it is said to be non-Hermitian, and the new operator is said to be the Hermitian conjugate or Hermitian adjoint of the operator a cap. Now in a special case of non-Hermitian, if it comes that a cap daggered equal to minus a cap, if it comes, it may not necessarily come always. If it comes that a cap daggered equals to minus a cap, then this a is said to be the anti-Hermitian or skew-Hermitian. So if a daggered equal to a, then it is Hermitian. If a daggered not equal to a and it's equal to a different operator b, it is non-Hermitian. And among the non-Hermitian operators which gives equal to negative of the same operator, it is called anti-Hermitian or skew-Hermitian. So what we have obtained in the previous example is ddx daggered equals to minus ddx. So this is the Hermitian conjugate of the operator ddx. Minus ddx is the Hermitian conjugate of operator ddx. So since a negative is coming here, it is following this criteria, and ddx is said to be the anti-Hermitian or skew-Hermitian. Let us take a matrix 1, 2, 3, 4. It is a 2 by 2 matrix. Now, how the adjoint is defined? So the adjoint of matrix A is defined as, we have to take a transpose of it and then conjugate of it. So it will be A transpose and then conjugate. Now what is the transpose? We have to place the rows in columns. So this is the first row, it will be the first column. And it is the second row, it will be the second column. So you see, when transpose results, this diagonal remain unchanged and there is an exchange in this diagonal. 2 is coming here, 3 is coming here. Now we have to take the conjugate of it. So there is no imaginary part here, so it will remain as the transpose. So it will be 1, 3, 2, 4. Now you can notice that this is not A. This is not equal to A. So we can say here that A is not Hermitian. Also, you can see that it is not equal to minus A. So, A is also not anti-Hermitian or skew Hermitian. Now, let us take another matrix as example. So, to find the adjoint of this matrix, we have to perform the transpose and then take the conjugate. So, when we perform the transpose, what happens? This row becomes column 1 and the second row becomes column 2. Now, what is left? The conjugate part is left. So, it will act upon the imaginary parts and 1 star will be 1. Now, what happens to I? I star will be minus I. Now, minus I star will be plus I. So, we put here minus I star, so it will be I. This is I, so it will be minus I. And 0 star will be 0. Now, check whether it is B or not. Compare it with B. 1I minus I 0. 1I minus I 0. So, it is equal to B. Now, the adjoint of B is equal to B. It indicates that B is Hermitian. Now, let us take another example. Adjoint of C will be, first we have to take the transpose. So, it will be I minus 2 here and 2 0 here. First row will be the first column, second row will be the second column. And then we have to perform the complex conjugate. Now, it will be minus I, it will be 2, it will be minus 2, it will be 0. Now see, this is not equal to C. I minus 2, I minus I 2, not matching. So this is not equal to C. In the first case, we obtained that it is not equal to A and not equal to minus A. So it is not Hermitian. In the second case, we get that B dagger is B. So B is Hermitian. Now in the third case, we are getting not equal to C. So it is not Hermitian. But another aspect is coming if we have a closer look. Let us take minus 1 common. So it will be I, it will be minus 2 here, it will be 2 and it will remain 0 unaffected by the negative sign. So we are getting back C. This is I minus 2, 2, 0. I minus 2, 2, 0. So it is minus C. Here we can say that C is not Hermitian, and since C dagger is minus C, since the adjoint of C is coming to be negative of that operator, we can say that, or matrix, we can say that C is anti or skew Hermitian. In the next video, I will share with you the properties of Hermitian operator and also properties of the adjoint Hermitian operator. And I am giving you 2 homework which have appeared in net. Please solve those problems and post it in the comment section.